All right. So, why is it that Marvel villains have daddy issues in general? Because that's the only reason Parker's doing this. All the heists were just so he could screw over his father. Ugh. So, um, how do I start this? So, Zeke, his power upgrade, which was admittedly really cool, with him being able to shoot lightning from his fingers. He's basically a cyborg now. But he is really, really cool. And you can tell he's not a bad guy because he doesn't want to hurt the guards. Parker is literally... Now, what I don't understand is the admin was given as Anthony Robbins, which I can only assume is his father. Why not just put Parker as the admin? Why Anthony? I guess that because the crew is still alive and now his father is still alive, maybe they're going to use this as a way to help defeat Parker, because the admin is listed as Anthony Robbins, not Parker. So Parker wants to kill Riri because she killed John, and nobody questions it. Absolutely nobody questions how is it that he knows this, considering, when they left, Parker didn't say anything at the end of the last job. And he, Riri went looking for John, found out that he was dead. And Parker was sad, but it wasn't until he was told that it was Riri. So why does everybody just, nod and say, okay, let's kill Riri? But that fight scene was so awesome, showing that Riri can fight without her suit because she is just that damn smart. So she's meeting Zelma at White Castle. And now, I don't know why Zelma ditched. If she's that powerful, don't you think she would stick around and, help out? I mean, granted, Riri said, I've got this, but Zelma can do a lot of stuff. So, I love how she stopped the henchman twins by dropping her watch. Now, I assume it was accidental and she just used it, or maybe she did it on purpose because she knew that, okay, they're going to shoot her and it's going to trigger the watch. So maybe she intended it. I mean, she's supposed to be a genius. And then Clown comes in, and she's the one... Riri finally tells Clown that Stuart was killed. That John killed Stuart. Now, later on, she asked Parker if he killed Stuart, which... Where did we get from John to Parker? Unless they were in tandem, or John just knew that Parker was doing this and he was cool with it. I don't know. So now it's like, which one of them killed Stuart? Was it Parker? Was it John? Well, inevitably it doesn't really matter, but one of those two. So Riri realizes more and more that she needs magic. Now, Zelma seems to think that the thing that's influencing, I should say, Parker is Dormammu. And that's basically, um, that's basically playing with the audience because I've heard that people are wondering, okay, is it going to turn out to be Dormammu because we've used Dormammu already, or is it going to really be Mephisto? No mention of Mephisto this episode, just Dormammu, which is what I assume Zelma is using to give Riri infinite power. And the cost for that power, I was worried about Ronnie, probably Xavier. I was even considering Natalie. And it turns out Natalie went bye-bye. So, since I saw that the last episode is called The Past is the Past, it makes me wonder whether she's going to continue, do another brain map, create the AI all over again, or if she's going to be like, yeah, I just can't allow myself to lose Natalie a third time. But this was a really sweet episode. I mean, I legit cried when they went down memory lane. We found out why it was the property of Ironhead. Which I really, really thought that at this point that Ronnie would give her the name Ironheart. But nope. This was a perfect opportunity to name her. Because as of now, she's just Riri. She doesn't have a superhero name. So, Zeke seemed to have her dead to rights, but, because he's deep down still a decent human being, he's not his father, even though he made it sound like, oh, I see why my father was obsessed with power and how good it feels, but at the same time, he just doesn't have the heart to actually hurt Riri. At least not to kill her. So, but she put a bug in Clown's brain, and she had Slug hack the police system, which, I'm sorry, why do you need to do that? But I guess, obits nowadays don't say murder. So, or even drug overdose, which is what this claimed. And so she asked Parker point blank, did you kill Stuart? And now, first off, I'm glad that Riri was able to handle all of them without killing any of them. And, I was very happy. I was afraid that Clown would actually turn on Zeke because he's a new guy. But apparently she has a crush on him, so. When he basically told Parker she's dead, I killed her, and didn't give any details, and Clown gave details, and I thought, oh, she's going to spill the beans that he didn't actually kill her. But no, she just added, because a good lie has an ounce of truth to it. So she added an ounce of truth and just didn't point out that, no, Riri's still alive. So, and it's because Riri put a bee in her bonnet about Stuart. Because she liked him. She said in a previous episode, I miss the guy. So, and it says he overdosed on drugs, which everybody in the gang knows he didn't do. He didn't touch anything. So, obviously that's phony. And Parker got pissed. I really, really thought that he was going to attack them. But the closest we got was Roz trying to punch him. And he's just like, okay, everybody leave. This is how you're going to be. If you're going to turn on me like this. I mean, nothing screams I'm guilty of doing the thing I'm accused of than saying, yeah, you guys can all leave. I'll do this myself. So, okay. Not helpful. And Zeke, of course, turns down Parker's offer, which, surprise, surprise, he can't. So I really thought that this gang would walk straight to Gary's garage and offer their help to Riri. And actually, you know, because Slug is a hacker, they might be able to help Riri out. You know, whether it's just be the man in the chair or to do something to bring Natalie back, you know, to circumvent the magical, you know, give and take that the MCU has established so magic doesn't get too OP. Because if everything can be done by magic, well, you know, not much of a story. So they have to put barriers. So I really, really think that this isn't the last we've seen of those four. That they are going to appear. Now, whether it's going to be with Anthony, with Parker's father, because he's obviously connected, because let's face it, he's rich. And rich people have connections, even though he seemingly has signed everything away to Parker. I just do not see the Hood surviving this. Parker is going to end up dead. Let's see. What else did I want to mention about this episode? So Zeke, he's so sweet. He's like, this wasn't me. I really can't stop myself. I mean, I feel so bad for him. I mean, yeah, he wanted revenge on Riri because he was super pissed, but he didn't want this. So I don't know if the hacking that Slug is going to do is going to help Riri proper to release Zeke from Parker's control, or both. It could be both, but these guys, we have not seen the last of them. These guys are going to end up helping, whether it's just his father, Riri, or both. They're going to be a player in the last episode. Let's see if there's anything else. This could turn into you don't know what you got until it's gone situation with both Xavier and with Riri. Because Riri is already super upset because she already had this connection. But I wonder if this isn't going to also affect Xavier. Because he's basically watching everybody lose Natalie again. And I'm pretty sure that what she said was probably a combination of what she was doing now and the memory of when she died the first time. So, yeah. I don't think we're going to get Dormammu, even though they're using the magic. And I assume they're going to continue with the magic because, let's face it, they're fighting magic with magic. So it makes sense. Now, we have to find out where his magical properties come from. You know, where he draws his magic from. Because I don't think it's Dormammu. Actually, I know it's not Dormammu, but not spoiling it for those who haven't watched the last episode. So, then it's a question of what is the continued price she's going to pay. Because just like every time Parker uses his abilities, he was getting these scars, which is why Zelma thought that it's Dormammu. Then every time she goes into battle with this magical suit, it's going to take something from her, which makes me worried about Xavier, makes me worried about Ronnie, because that kid Landon, he's just a kid. There isn't any specific attachment. Same thing with Zeke. Probably not. He's going to be fine because, again, no attachment. None of that crew, do they have a close enough attachment that anything could happen to them. The only other two people who could be on the chopping block are Xavier and Ronnie. Obviously, I don't want to lose either one. Actually, more so Ronnie than Xavier. Xavier kind of annoys me. So yeah, I'm very, very worried about Ronnie at this point in time. It pained me so much, and it obviously pained them, that they were taking apart the Barracuda in order to make Riri's new suit. Which, fair. Let's see here. I really thought that Zeke was going to explain to Heather, let me explain something to you. I really, really thought that, and instead of threatening her flowers again, I really thought he was going to say, oh no, my father tried to kill Tony Stark. Not that it would help Heather's opinion of him, but at least he would get it out there that, oh yeah, my father is not the great guy you think he is. Let's see, what else did I want to mention about this episode? I really, really hope that, well, obviously Zeke either way is going to regain control because they're going to kill Parker. Or at least get the hood off him so he can, lose the influence, if nothing else. So if Parker survives this, I think that they would have to hack their way back in to give Zeke back his control. Interestingly, she still calls him Joe, even though she knows he's actually Zeke Stane. I find that very interesting, and I'm surprised he didn't correct her that I'm not Joe, I'm Zeke. Maybe because, again, like I said, he's a good person, and this was her way of reminding him, you are a good person, you are not your father. So that's why she wasn't calling him Zeke, she was calling him Joe. And one of the reasons why he didn't actually kill her. Like I said, I'm glad Clown didn't turn on him. They had Slug find out about Stuart, which was great. So now they all know that, even though they must have known because, he's like, kill Riri, and they were like, okay. So none of them are above killing. So I was kind of disappointed in all of them that they were like totally cool with it, because they were told that she killed John, even though there was no reason for any of them to know this. I mean, why would they know this? But so I appreciated that Slug was like, Nah, I'm not getting involved in this. I was just trying to be the getaway driver. I'm out. Um, let's see here. I think I've reviewed this episode to death. So, with that, I will see you guys in the next episode.